Hey, Tommy from the Run Testers. In this video, I'm going to be doing a full review of the Adidas Adizero SL2. Let's have a look. The Adidas Adizero SL2 costs £110 or $130. It weighs 240 grams or 8.5 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 9mm. The Adidas Adizero SL2 is a daily running shoe designed for versatility and affordability. It aims to balance comfort and cushioning with a good level of energy return thanks to a combination of Lightstrike and Lightstrike Pro foams in the midsole. Although it doesn't have the Continental rubber outsole seen in many of the brand's shoes, there's still a healthy layer of outsole rubber to provide grip and durability. The upper is made from an engineered mesh that provides targeted support around key areas of the foot, as well as plenty of breathability when picking up the pace. And there's a modest level of padding to provide additional comfort. So the fit for me in the SL2, I'm a size 8 in the UK. I do sometimes have problems with Adidas shoes. I know I need to size up half a size, but I quite often forget to do that. So this is a size 8, but I probably should have gone up to an 8.5. I found it very comfortable, and definitely compared to some other shoes like the Adios Pro 3, which I did have some pretty big problems with the front of the shoe. Not necessarily because of the length, but the Adios Pro 3 has a really shallow forefoot and it really rubs on the top of my toes. So I did need to get a half size up in that shoe, and I noticed that quite a lot when I run in it. This isn't as bad. I've done about 60k in this shoe now, and I've not had any problems with it, but I think for most people who like a lot of space in the forefoot, you're not going to get it with this shoe. So definitely look at sizing up half a size in this shoe. The upper is very comfortable. It's not as restrictive as the Adios Pro 3. I think there's a little bit more depth in the forefoot of the shoe, so it's not as bad. Definitely don't have any problems with it. And it has a lot of padding around the ankle collar as well, which makes it very, very comfortable. So size up half a size in the SL2. So I've done about 60k in this shoe so far, and it's been a variety of runs. So half of that I would say has probably been easy runs, so about 5-minute kilometre pace for me. But I'm training for Valencia Marathon at the moment, and I'm doing a lot of interval sessions and fartleks and things like that. And I've been using this shoe for quite a lot of that. And I've been really surprised by this shoe. In the first run, I was very, very positive about it. I was very surprised at how much I liked this shoe. And I definitely thought it was a very versatile shoe. You could use it for a lot of easy runs. You could use it for interval sessions. It's not the fastest shoe in the world. It's only got a little bit of this Lightstrike Pro in it. So it's not got the same ride as something like the Adios Pro 3. But it is a fantastically versatile shoe. I mentioned in the first run that this cushioning, I really like the cushioning in this shoe. It's got this, it's got a small layer of Lightstrike Pro sat in the middle of this Lightstrike bigger section of midsole. And you do notice the softness in this shoe. A lot of you commented on it saying that it is the most cushioned shoe that Adidas has, and it's the softest shoe. Yes, that may be the case, but I still don't think it's as soft as a lot of other shoes out there. There's shoes like the 1080 V13 shoe, things like that are significantly softer. Those shoes are just really, really soft. They're not designed for running faster in. They're just designed for a nice, soft, comfortable landing, and really good for easy days. This shoe is, to me, not as soft as those shoes. It's got a much more balanced midsole for me. So when I'm out running on easy runs, feels very nice, very comfortable. And I also think it's probably even softened up a little bit more since I started running in it. And then when you pick up the pace in it, it's nice and responsive as well. You can run quite fast in a shoe, and it feels like it's designed to do that as well. So yeah, it's definitely one of the most impressive cheaper shoes out there from the more expensive brands that can do a lot of stuff. There's quite a few shoes that sit into this category now, things like the Puma Velocity Nitro 3, that are designed to be quite cost effective but also give you a good level of versatility for easy day runs all the way up to faster sessions and even racing. Adidas do mention racing on the website for this shoe, which I think is completely doable. If you just bought one pair of shoes and you wanted it to do everything, all your easy runs, and you wanted to do maybe up to half marathon, this would be fine for it. It's not the most aggressive speed shoe around there. It's definitely not a shoe that I would pick up if I wanted to go and do a race out of my collection. But if I owned one shoe, this is a really good option if you want to do faster training in it as well. It's not got the bounce or propulsion of a shoe that has a plate in it. It's definitely not a shoe that you really notice doing loads on the feet, but it's a very conventional feeling shoe that just feels like you can do a lot in it. 10-15 years ago, this would have been a really impressive shoe at the time. It would still feel like a more conventional shoe, but you'd get a lot from this. And I think nowadays it's a really tricky market for all-rounder daily shoes, but this really stands out as a good option for that. I definitely put it up there with shoes more expensive than what this is priced at. So it's been really impressed from the training that I've done in it so far. Also, fantastic outsole on this shoe. I've done quite a bit running on gravel paths in this shoe as well as road. It's really not noticed anything coming off this at all. It's a really solid outsole, really thick rubber, which is comparable with things like the Puma Velocity Nitro 3 with that Puma grip outsole, where you get a really good level of grip, but also protection as well. So impressed from that. All in all, I think this it's been a really good shoe to test. I heard a lot about it. A lot of you have commented on earlier videos saying that when are we going to review this shoe, and I see why. It's definitely one of the most impressive Adidas shoes that I've tested for a while. And if you're looking for a really good value option, this is right up there with some of the best ones out there. Okay, so my verdict on the Adidas Adizero SL2, it's a great shoe. It's a really good quality, really good value shoe that can do a lot. Easy runs, absolutely fine. Not quite as soft as I would like, but I think for most people it's plenty soft, and for some of you even said it's one of the softest shoes you've tried. So for me, I just like loads of softness, so it's not as soft as some of my favorite shoes, but it's the softness is great, and I could happily run probably up to marathon distance in this shoe. It's probably not my preferred fit ride for a shoe, those longer distances, but you could do it. But definitely for me, anything up to like 20k, I think this would be a fantastic shoe to run in on easy days, on longer runs, things like that. And I think when you're picking up the pace, it's got everything you need. For interval sessions, it's absolutely fine. It just picks up nicely, very natural feeling shoe. And it's got great grip on it as well. So there's a few shoes out at the moment this is probably competing with. The Puma Velocity Nitro 3 is the most obvious because that is very similarly priced to this shoe, and has a lot in common with it as well. The midsole is quite balanced in that shoe as well. I would say that shoe is probably a little bit more comfortable on an easy day session. The midsole just feels like there's a little bit more there, and there's a little bit more support in that shoe for me. But there's not a lot in it. They're very similar in what they're delivering, these two shoes, and they're both similar level of versatility. I'll probably say this is probably a bit better for me running faster. There's other shoes like the New Balance Propel. That is a daily shoe with a very similar price to this as well, but that's a lot softer, so that's nowhere near as versatile as this shoe. So I definitely say this pips it when it comes to picking up the pace. It's just a nimble, really nice, comfy shoe that can do a lot. And I'm very surprised about how good it is based on what I'd known about the shoe before. But it's well worth picking up if you can get it cheap. I actually picked these. I bought these for I think £80 off of a website. I can't remember which one it was, but it's a fairly new shoe. So if you can find it for that price, it's an absolute steal. If you're a beginner and you're looking for a shoe to do lots of stuff in, this is a great option for you. If you're someone like me who has a lot of running shoes but likes to have just a solid daily running shoe that is quite cost effective, fantastic one to have in the armoury. We always say it about the Puma Velocity Nitro 3, you might as well just get that and have it as a workhorse that can do quite a lot. This is the same sort of thing. And I will be doing a versus between those two shoes soon so that I can choose which one of those I would go for. That's it from me on this full review of the Adidas Adizero SL2. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the little bell. And if you're going to catch below, you can find a link to our podcast, which comes out a couple of times each month. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.